Welcome to the next part of So You Want to Create an Incremental. Sorry for making you wait for so long for the new episode, but let's get right into it. So today we will be making more graphical changes. So this is how we left, and this is probably how we will at least try to end up, if we can, with the time we have. If we don't, we'll just continue in the next episode. But let's start. So we'll start by styling this box right here, and we can just inspect it and perhaps direct the styling to the generator class. We have this kind of thing here. So what I did is I checked my first video for the color scheme I made and just took some colors from there, removed the borders, and made this thing a big button. So we'll just open our CSS file, and basically we can put it side by side with this. So we'll remove the border, add a background of 4B644A, so like that, and text color is white. Then we should actually make this a little bit higher, so let's make the height 10 pixels higher, and then we do the same here. This looks good. You can pretty much just copy and paste from here. Yep. Actually, I think we should right from the get-go set our font to something better than Times New Roman, because this just looks ugly. So you should go to Google Fonts, and in here you should take the category monospace, because the numbers are gonna change a lot, and if it's not a monospace font, the text is gonna jump around. So we're gonna select some monospace font that we feel like is good with us. I think I picked Roboto Mono. So we'll just add it with the plus. Then it gives you this box, and you just copy this link tag and put it under the index.html on the head. Like this. And then on the styles, this targets all the elements, so we will put it here that the font family of all the elements is Roboto Mono. So now it looks better. And then we're gonna modify this generator thing, that we will remove the button here, but we will make it so that when you click anywhere on the box, it will buy. So we'll just move this buy function to the whole div, and perhaps just make this div also, so that this will just basically show how much we're buying. Actually, let's make it h1. Then I think I want to get rid of some of the margin here. Let's give the generator some padding. I think I did 15 pixels. Yeah. And then for this, let's actually make it margin top is 0 and margin bottom is 10 pixels. Then add it here. We can still see this because I think it has such a big margin. So I just checked and realized that this element is actually should be H2 on the one I made. So, oh yeah, then we'll just need to remove its margin top like this. Yeah. And then we'll just make this 30 pixels. This looks nice, but we could make this a bit fancier. And I think we're gonna add some text shadow. So 1 pixel to the down, I think, or was it right? And 1 pixel down or right, and then 2 pixel blur and make it black, and it's a lot better. Yeah, then we'll make it have cursor pointer. So now when you put your mouse here, it's not this one. So that's what this does. And another issue we're gonna have is when you double click is shut the fuck up. So when you double click, this will highlight. So to prevent that, we'll just set user select to none, and that will make it so that you can select it. Next, we will make it so that if you can't buy this, then it will be red, because red equals bad. And I think we're gonna have to add it here. So in here we'll make, this is basically a conditional view class. So here it works like this. You put your girly boys here, and the class name goes here. So this would be generator unavailable, and then we put this double dot, and here we put a condition, when should it be unavailable. So this is basically generator can buy. I think when you can't buy it, then this class will be active. Was it can buy? Yeah. And we'll need to do this for all of these. This actually should be a loop, like, because this code here and this code here is basically the same. They could be looped, but maybe some other time. So like this. Now this has a class generator unavailable, and we'll just style it. And the color of this will be, I need to check it here, 341C1C. Oh, 341C1C, yeah. And the cursor here will be default, because when you can't buy it, it shouldn't be like this. And another thing we're gonna add is transition duration, so it looks a little bit fancier. It doesn't change immediately. It takes 0.12 seconds to transition. So now, as you can see, it changes color when you can't buy it, which is nice. I think this box is decent right now, so let's focus on this one. It's here, add generator button. It should have a class of add generator button, and I think it's gonna be quite similar to our generator in a way, so we could just copy this, put it here, width and height are gonna be the same, text align center, background color white, padding text shadow. Yeah, but we actually want to move also this click here to be right on the div and remove this button here like this. And to center the text, we're gonna add display flex and align item center like that. And actually, I think we're gonna add a plus there, like I did here. So make this in that case a div like that. Remember to add the styles here also. And this also needs flex direction column like this. And we should just get rid of all the padding here, or margin. This looks fairly nice. So flex direction column, and the margin of H1 inside this button is 0. Okay, so next issue is that there's no line here. So on the add generator button, we're gonna add a border top of 2 pixels, which is solid, and its color is gonna be 894. So I just basically check these colors from my color scheme I made on the first video, or generated. So now there's space there, and we're gonna make it so that this also is red when you can buy it. So we're gonna add a conditional class of add generator button unavailable, and it's gonna be basically the same as this one, so we can just make it like this and move it after this add generator button class here. Okay, something happened. Oh yeah, you can do it like this. I forgot to add all these other things. We are gonna need a computed value of can buy, which is gonna be this part here. And we can buy when our graphics is higher or equal to cost, and when you can't buy, it returns. I actually noticed one thing that was missing here was that the cost isn't reduced from your graphics. So here, before you push to your array, you will need to reduce the cost. Graphics minus this tier cost, like this. and when you can't buy, it's unavailable. Just like that. Yep. And now, as you can see, between the generators we should also add a line, but we don't want the line on the first generator, so we are gonna make a rule like this: generator not the first child. So the first child selector is basically, if you have children like this, these are children, then the first child would be generator, first child would be this generator here, because it's the first child. It's a bit hard to understand at first, but that's how it works. And the not selector is basically when it's not the first child. Then we will just add this border here. But we don't have any saving yet, so we'll have to just cheat our way here. And it seems to work. Next up, we could style these things. And yeah, so it's, I think there was this here already. This is a bit ugly actually. It should just use the same class. So let's remove the border. We're gonna make this background. It's actually the same as this. And the color here is white. We're gonna make the padding be so that from up and bottom it's 40 pixels, but from the sides it's only 10 pixels. And we're gonna add the same text shadow, and then we're gonna make the font size a little bit bigger, because that's a bit small. We could have done this like here also, but I just made this ready already. So I think actually we're gonna stop this video here, and on the next video we're gonna make so that when you buy, actually I made also like buy mode next and 1. So when you buy 1, this increases this progress bar, and when it goes to 25, which is like the threshold where it multiplies, then it goes empty, and the buy mode basically buys to the next multiplier. I made that already. We're gonna make that on the next episode. We're gonna make this bar, and we're gonna make the functionality of this last column here. So, ta-ta!